Okay, today's fan of interest is a Manhattan #1 permanent magnet battery operated fan from about 1900 or so. And this came to me in a non-functioning state with the idea that we should get it running. And after examining it, I determined that there were several things wrong with it, not the least of which is that this permanent magnet was so weak that it wouldn't even pick up iron filings. So after contacting several magneto specialists looking for someone to recharge the magnet and not getting any response, I decided to do it myself. And the way that I did it was to turn this into an electromagnet for a short period of time, and that did restore the magnetism into the magnet. Then I started to look at the brush assembly here, and it had a couple of things going on with it. First of all, the brushes were completely worn out, and so I needed to fabricate new ones. And the terminals here were shorting to the carriage due to the fact that the insulators were broken down. And so after restoring that and new brushes, I turned my attention to the armature, which seemed to be good because it produced magnetism when I energized the commutator. But just to be safe, I gave it a good coating with insulating varnish in the hopes that that would help preserve it. So after that, I figured it would run, and so I attached my battery to it, and I'm using a 3.7 volt lithium-ion rechargeable battery, which produces almost 2 amps. It's quite a powerful little battery, and this is designed to run on 3 wet cells, making 4 to 7 volts. And I figured with the lower voltage, it would be safe to run this and couldn't get into trouble, and it would still run, and it does. So I'll demonstrate that now. There we go. Now at 3.7 volts, it's going to produce 400 to 600 RPM tops, and even though this is rated for 2000 RPM, I can't see anybody using this as a fan anymore. This has more historical importance than functional use. So being able to demonstrate that it does function does add some value to it. So and makes it even more interesting. So here we are with a functioning Manhattan #1 permanent magnet battery operated fan, 120 years old and still running.